he would step across the line. Habitually, he's a habitual line stepper.
You make me happy. Thank you all for joining us on the Habitual Line Steppers podcast. I'm Garrett Charles Langley Henson.
I am Terry, Ricardo DeShields II. What's good, baby? How's it going? NBA is back. First day back, baby. What are we doing, man? All NBA? Are we sneaking in some Lamar Jackson talking this motherfucker too? How are we sneaking it?
We might could. I mean, my all NBA pick would just be Jokic and 14 clones of him. So
Jokic is a beast, man.
We're playing positionless basketball out here. Also, DNA-less basketball.
Yeah, true. 3 straight, baby. Jokic is a beast, man. His first game back, he finally showed me something. A little tripped up. That was nice. Yeah, that was cute.
Playing against 2 legit defenders in Mobley and in Jared Allen.
Mobley and Allen. That's disgusting.
I think you knew though that both of them were a little too light in the ass to deal with Nikola Jokic.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
But he did what you're supposed to do, which is take care of business against a good team with an all-star front court. And he had a triple-double in 3 quarters and won the game.
He's killing it. Yeah. Can you give me does my boy Jokic have moments though? Does he have any game winners? Is he giving me something crazy? You know what I'm saying?
His moments are like Bruce Brown's mixtape. I faked a dribble handoff and then did a between my own legs pass to somebody who was cutting for a dunk. That's his moment. And it was when you were up 16 in the 3rd quarter.
So he doesn't really have any crazy moments. He hit a fucking game winner with a couple seconds.
Yeah, no, that's the best thing about Jokic is his moments is oh, look how he resurrected KCP. Look how Bruce Brown is 6th man of the year.
KCP was fine.
Yeah, well, not in the Wizards. Nobody was really rating him that. Nah. You know what I mean? People are oh, he kind of fell off after he won a chip with the Lakers. It's no, he's actually really good.
He's a good player.
With a bunch of dumbasses in DC.
Yeah, Kyle Kuzma.
But it's who else? He's going to rejuvenate Reggie Jackson. That's going to be a Jokic moment.
Wait, he went to Denver? Reggie Jackson?
Yep.
Oh, shit. That was the trade, or it was just a buyout?
Buyout.
Wow.
Yeah, they're we got to make room
Reggie
for
Jackson.
Russell Westbrook. Yeah, we got to make room for Russ.
Man. I ain't gonna lie, Reggie Jackson cooked Russ too a couple times when they played against each other. Ooh, even at OKC, I'll say, Reggie Jackson's kind of nice. When he finally got a time to spot to shine, he was actually pretty good. But hey, let's see. Reggie Jackson resurrection. I'm not sure about that. If Jokic does it, bow down. Back to back to back. There's nothing I can say. I love the blog boys. This one blog boy I was listening to on YouTube, he was like, look, man, it's not forget about the back to back to back. They're all individual seasons. All right. You can't think about last year at all. This is an individual. Jokic just has 3 MVPs. They're all alone. I was like, fuck out of here. This is 3 in a row. What are you talking about? Pissing me off. But beast it out. Triple double. Cavs, good team.
I think that's the biggest pushback though against Jokic winning MVP. It's
just 3 straight.
Winning MVP. It's him winning 3 straight. That's that's going to be the number one reason why somebody doesn't vote for him. It's the last guys who won 3 straight were Jordan and Bird. You know what I mean?
Jordan didn't win 3 straight.
Whatever.
Just Bird.
Bird and who? Somebody else did it.
Bird, Bill Russell.
So it's rarefied all-time great final table type of guys. And so I think that's the biggest pushback. It's we haven't seen this guy in an NBA championship yet. And, we're ready to anoint him as if you win 3 straight MVPs, that's top 10 all-time guaranteed, right?
No, of course. I mean, it's not guaranteed unless you actually do something.
Exactly. Thank you, Terry. It's not.
But I will say this about him. I think that this is an opportunity for people to actually watch his games and see him play, because if you weren't paying
people who live in Denver, of course.
Yeah. Because if you haven't been watching me, I haven't watched a lot of his games. I've probably seen 25. I've probably seen him play 25 times. But if you weren't paying attention now, and if you were really hating on him and you're this guy doesn't deserve it, he has no huge moments in any game, watch the rest of the NBA season. See if he actually deserves this MVP. because he definitely does as of right now, and I don't think that shit's going to change. He is an unbelievable player. He's an all-timer, bro. He just needs the longevity and some more postseason success. Dude's a top 10 guy. Like, his offensive talent alone is absolutely ridiculous. He might be, I don't know. I mean, he's a top 10 passer for me all time. Like, already.
Oh, he's higher than that. Yeah.
Maybe. I need some more time. Like, I need some more seasons, but he's a beast.
He's like a top 3 passer for me already because
I need 6 seasons, bro. I need 6 seasons. 3 seasons.
The variety of different passes and the height aspect. It's like
beautiful.
He could just throw passes that Trae Young can't throw. Like,
oh, just height wise, of course, yeah. But I need 6. If he gives me 6 seasons, then I can do that. But as of right now, like,
easy. Okay. Listen, man, he's going to be good for a long time. Like,
I hope
anything. So. He's going to be better at like 34 than he is right now. It's not like he's going to be any less athletic or it's like, oh no, now Jokic can't jump. He's going to get better and better and better, man.
Nah, he's really good, man. He reminds me of like the best version of Chris Webber ever. Like, he kind of gives me some of those vibes. Hopefully he is way better than him when he's older. Don't poo-poo on Chris Webber like he didn't beat fucking Shaq and Kobe. Webber got cheated. We know he got cheated. I'm just saying.
I thought you were going to say remind you of a souped-up version of Ronnie Cyclay.
Ronnie Cyclay, the black hole. Hell no. Nah, he does remind me of C-Web, bro. It's like, minus, the athleticism and shit, but the passing, like making everyone around him way better than they're supposed to be. The team is exactly like the Sacramento Kings, and there's no cheating-ass refs. So hopefully he gives me some postseason shit, and I got you. Yoke. I'm watching you for the rest of the season, though. You got to show me something. If not, Embiid and Giannis will snatch it from you. Maybe not Giannis, he's hurt now, but Embiid might.
I will say the thing that like we always give Kawhi a lot of credit for, or at least remark on, is like his unflappability and his like emotional groundedness. You know, how he doesn't get caught up in individual battles. He doesn't get caught up in like narratives that he has to prove something. Mm-hmm. And I think Jokic is very much the same way, but like, he's not a super outspoken guy. He's not going to give you billboard material. He's going to be kind of humble after the game and be like, he's a great player or whatever. Like, And when he's on the court, he's going to be like, what's best for this moment? Okay, you're doing drop. I'm going to do this. Okay, you're doing switch. I'm going to do this. Okay, you're going to hedge. I'm going to do this. Okay, you're going to double. I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
And he doesn't feed into any of those individual things. We always call Kawhi the basketball computer. But it really might be Jokic.
I never thought Kawhi was a fucking basketball computer, first of all. He's a good player, but he's not on Jokic's level. For me, this guy Jokic, man, I mean, the ability to make, not scrubs, but like Bruce Brown looks fucking amazing. MPJ looks absolutely amazing when he's playing. Jamal Murray looks like, I mean, AI in his prime sometimes when I watch. I'm like, this dude is a beast.
Eric Gordon is like top 3 in the league in dunks.
Resurrected. Absolutely resurrected. I mean, he looks great. I don't know. He's an absolute monster, dude. And, he deserves what is supposed to be coming to him. Plus, like you were saying, when Draymond was kind of criticizing him on his defense and shit, and he called him out, Jokic was like, thank you, bro. I needed that. And ever since then, defense is a little better. What the advanced stats saying on him? I know you'd be looking at that shit every day. He's still a top 10 defender.
He's a positive defender.
Okay, positive.
The thing is, and like this is why we were talking about this earlier when they made the Lakers trade. I still think the piece that like makes me nervous about this Nuggets team, they don't have like a secondary rim protector.
Yeah, that's true.
Aaron Gordon is their rim protector, and Michael Porter Jr. And neither one of those guys, I think, are going to cut it at the highest of levels. Like, I would have really loved them to go for Jared Vanderbilt, like I had talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Because they really need like a Robert Williams, Jared Vanderbilt type of guy next to Jokic who can like hang out in the corner on the weak side. And then when Jokic is up trying to get steals and deflections and shit, he can actually protect the rim. Because if you sit Jokic and drop in the playoffs, he's going to get eaten up. And if you play him high, blitzing on the pick and roll and shit, like you guys are going to get blitzed on the boards because he's so far away from the basket. He's not going to be getting those rebounds. So either Aaron Gordon has to like step it up a level, or they got to like collectively generate rim protection from their guards and Bruce Brown and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and everyone around. But for me, that's still the thing that makes me nervous about Jokic and the Nuggets is who's protecting the rim. He does a lot of other good shit on defense. He's got amazing hands. He plays the passing lanes very well.
His hands are great.
He's obviously a tremendous rebounder, and defense doesn't end until you rebound the ball. But protecting the rim, for as good as he's gotten at all this other shit, he's not good at it, and it is important. And you're going to need to be able to do that in the playoffs.
So the only thing I'll say is like the shit that people forget. The only reason why Jokic lost in the playoffs last year and then in the bubble when he played really well. First of all, the Lakers, when they beat him in 2020, they had Dwight, McGee, and AD all just switching fresh on Jokic every single, possession that he had the ball. So there's no other team that has that amount of centers that are going to be like athletic enough and strong enough to kind of keep Jokic in one spot. So that's never going to happen. That's why the Lakers beat them. Let's not act like AD shackled him. Yeah, AD blocked his shots a couple times. Yeah, he made it hard for him. But it wasn't just him by himself. The other one last year when Draymond was playing against him. Yeah, did Draymond play good D? He did. But really, Jokic shot under 30% from the three. And he turned the ball over like 5 times a game. That's uncharacteristic of him. With Jamal Murray back, maybe it might be different. Like in the Lakers series, Jamal didn't play well. Last year, they didn't have Jamal at all. This year, he's got Jamal. And Jokic has kind of found out how to shoot outside with efficiency and pass to his players like he had been doing. It might be a recipe for success. I don't know. I don't see anybody in the West that can beat them. Currently constructed.
Yeah. I think like last year in the playoffs and stuff, without his, running mates with him, they were able to speed him up and make him uncomfortable because it's like, if you're not generating offense, nobody on this team is. So they were able to move him out of his comfort zone and, speed up his normally like patient game into where he's having to make decisions too quickly and turn the ball over and stuff like that.
He had to shoot a lot more, too.
Now that you said like Murray, the 2-man game is back. He's not even going to be the primary ball handler anymore, Jokic. He can always like just dump the ball to Michael Porter Jr. on a mismatch or a switch and get an easy bucket there. Aaron Gordon was hurt and now he's returned. Like he eats switches this year. That's one of the things I've loved to watch about Aaron Gordon is he'll actually seal a fucking guard under the hoop, demand the ball, and dunk it. A lost art.
Yeah, because realistically, bro, and you were right, Michael Porter Jr. was injured last year too. I'm not going to expect him to beat any, especially the Warriors, without MPJ and Jamal Murray. Like, what the fuck are we thinking? I can't super criticize him for that. I can't super criticize him for...
Did you see the Warriors last night, though, Terry? I was like, is this even the Warriors? Like,
no Steph. It's a different team.
Who are these guys?
No Steph is a different team, bro.
Bro, the amount of non-NBA guys who were like on the court last night in this Warriors-Lakers game. Is Moses Moody hurt? Did he hit somebody with his car? What happened?
I don't know.
He can't get minutes over Ty Jerome?
I guess not. He only played 10 minutes. He scored 8 points, though.
God damn. Ty Jerome played probably 35 minutes.
Yeah, he played 30. Clay played 27.
Anthony Lamb played, a ton of minutes. Like, I'm looking around at the guys on the court, and I'm like, they can't touch the court in the playoffs. Like, none of these guys can be on the court for 1 minute.
Nah, none of them. And that's the thing. That's the thing everybody keeps saying. It's like, the Hawks have the best 5. Like, your starting 5 is like the best 5 lineup, and then the Warriors with their actual starting 5 is the best 5 lineup. We're about 60 games into the season, guys. Either you become good or you're not. It's not going to be fucking magic. All right? This is 2/3 of the season gone. You can't just put your 5 out and be like, all right, guys, you're playing 45 minutes a game till the playoff stretch and then expect to be good. This is your fucking squad. And if these guys don't look like NBA players by game 60, I don't expect any of your starting 5 to come and just help them out and become this contender. If your bench is this bad, you'll never fucking win. You're never going to win. Unfortunately, the Hawks bench might be worse than the Warriors joint, but if your bench is that bad, you're not going to win no games. Like, it's not going to happen.
Our bench is straight. It's been coaching that's been the problem.
He got fired.
Yeah. But I'll say with the Warriors, though, this game gave me, like, red flags. And I know that like their full complement of guys weren't out there, but it was really shocking to see like this level of play and these level of players out there representing a franchise that's the defending champions. Like, and it made me wonder who's going to be in this like wing rotation come playoff time. Like, who are they relying upon to stop LeBron James, to stop Kawhi Leonard, to stop Paul George, to stop Luka Doncic?
I think Kuminga, bro.
To stop Kevin Durant and Booker.
I think it's going to be a combination of Kuminga and maybe DiVincenzo.
He's not Clay can't do it. I mean, he's a guard. He's not a wing. Clay is too slow to keep up with any of these guys. Draymond's a fucking 5. Like, they have no wings. It's Wiggins or bust.
Do you see Draymond as more of a post defender or a perimeter? I know he's kind of versatile, but right now in his career,
post defender.
Me too. So I don't know, man.
It's like no idea. They helped out with the point of attack defense. You know what I mean? But like I'm just thinking back through my mind. You can't play Jordan Poole and Steph together in the playoffs.
They did it last year. They got away with
it. They
never.
Like, no, they did until they got to the finals, and then once they got to the finals, like they were like, "All right, this is not working." Fucking Marcus Smart's destroyed.
Yeah.
Like they just started hunting Jordan Poole nonstop, and they're like, "All right, you're going to play like 15 minutes a game in the finals, dude. Sorry."
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. His defense is horrible.
But like the word is out now. You know, it's like the Jose Alvarado CP3 thing. The whole league saw that, and they're like,
"You got to stop saying that shit."
I'm not.
You have to go to the next round. Not that one.
They saw the blueprint, and then they used it to win the next round, Terry. That's exactly my point. Thank you. So it's like they're not going to be able to play Jordan Poole and Steph and Clay together. Like that, Steph is the best defender out of that trio. You know what I mean?
Right now he is. Yeah,
that's going to be tough. You can't.
It's crazy.
DiVincenzo with Steph and Gary Payton. Like that's too small.
Where's Wiggins at?
6'3" guys on the court.
I guess Wiggins is going to be the guy, right?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it's like, that's it. Like, what happens if he gets in foul trouble? What happens if he gets hurt? What happens if there's a matchup that, like, he has to switch onto someone else? Who's now playing the small forwards now? Like,
then you're not championship contenders.
So much worse than I, allowed myself to believe. And I think just watching this game last night, it just really struck me. I was like, they have nobody. Otto Porter was a huge loss. What's the deal with Bielitsa? He left and went to Toronto, right?
Yeah, I don't know, man. They lost a lot of guys. It kind of questions.
Suddenly, it's like they got nothing but guards. That's all they got on their whole fucking team is guards.
They didn't think about it, bro. They didn't think about it. And I mean, the championship was pretty much on Wiggins' back. I mean, of course, Steph played at an all-time great level, but Wiggins was the dude who, like, not strapped Brown and Tatum, but he gave them all he could. And he made it really hard for them to score. So at the end of the day, if he's not there, this team is definitely done. And if you don't have him and Steph, it's over. I think Wiggins is actually more important than Steph because Steph can't win a championship with no one playing defense at all and just him and a bunch of offensive players.
Obviously, they can't win without Steph either. Like, I can't say Wiggins is more important than Steph, but they're going to need
bro.
If they're going to,
you got to play. You have to get some stops though. Like the guys are sieves. Clay, Poole, they're sieves. DiVincenzo is not a good defender either, and Kuminga is a little,
but he's
still
undersized.
Wrong.
I mean, he's a guard defender. He's not a wing defender.
Well, that's like he can't stop any guards in the NBA. Some elite fucking guards. He ain't stopping not a single one of those motherfuckers. That's all team defense if he does it because he's getting blown by every single time. Warriors got great team D, but if you got fucking Poole and Clay, I mean, that's not like, come on.
Yeah, you can know your rotations. Those motherfuckers. They're just gonna hunt them.
You can know your rotations as well as you want, but come on, bro. You got to have some resistance. And last night we saw it. It was just fucking 3 after 3 after 3. Didn't the Lakers hit 23s in that game?
Yeah, damn near. They said it was their high for a season.
I mean, come on, bro. Like,
but I think, Terry, like, we may have to go back to home base right where you started off. Johnson Kuminga. He could be the key to it all. Like,
he's letting them down.
Back up.
He's letting them down big time. Like, big time letting them down. It's crazy. And Wiseman's gone. Can't rely on that. Oh, Wiseman dribbled the ball 3 times. He's looking pretty good out there. Nope.
Moses Moody can't play over Anthony Lamb and Ty Jerome.
Can he not shoot anymore? Like, what's up with Moody, man?
I don't know. I really don't. I actually liked him somewhat, like his rookie year. And
everybody liked every single player they had, but now it's just...
It looked like he was kind of smart. Like, he made some good decisions. He could shoot. He wasn't out of place on defense. I don't know if he just lost his confidence. Like, I think that's another thing, too. The situation that these guys went to, they can't make mistakes. Like, this is a team that has their expectations is to compete for championships. And you don't have the latitude to, like, iron out the kinks during the regular season and take your, like, young lumps or take your lumps as young players and play through these mistakes and develop better habits. Like, if they see you make fucking 7 mental mistakes in a row, you're sitting on a goddamn bench. Like, this isn't the Pistons where you can just go out there and shit the bed for 40 games and then get it together the final 20 games of the season.
I agree. It can only be like that if Steph is healthy. If your whole team is healthy, then you can just throw the guys out there. But unfortunately, they've been having some health problems, just like a majority of the NBA. So it's just not working. It's not working. I don't know.
What you think about those new look Lakers, though? First chance really to get to see them, since the gigantic amount of amalgamation trades they made to change their entire team.
Fuck took them so long to do these trades. Look, you Westbrook and Beverly are gone. Those dudes were shooting sub 28%. You know what I'm saying? From 3. And they had wide open threes. I don't have the whole stats pulled out in front of me, but I can gander that they had 80 open, no one's within 10 feet of them all season. Dudes can't shoot. I saw Beverly playing with the Timberwolves last year, had 6 open threes versus Memphis. I'm like, brick. Every time he shoots, I'm like, that's off. Every time, if somebody shoots and you're like, he's with us, he's not playing with his own team, get him off the squad because LeBron's going to get pissed at him. LeBron's a good dude off the court, but if he was Jordan, he probably would have punched these motherfuckers in the face. They can't hit wide open threes. You got to get him off the squad. So you add in Malik Beasley, who's shooting close to 40. He might be shooting 40. I don't even know.
This motherfucker was 7 for 11 last night. Yeah. You hear what Darvin Ham said to him?
No, what'd he say?
Malik Beasley, he airballed a 3 and he was running back and he was like, my bad, coach. And he was like, nah, this is what we brought here for. He was like, don't turn down nothing but your collar. I was like,
you're
okay.
Good.
He
Keep
was
it going.
Right, splash 4 in a row right after that.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, Beasley can shoot. Russell can shoot. D'Angelo Russell, that is. Every time I say Russell.
Although he hurt himself last night. Did you see that?
He twisted his ankle, but he said he's fine.
I couldn't tell what the fuck he did. He just kind of stepped on someone's foot and then laid on the ground.
I mean, look at his ankles. Them shits. He looks like a bird. His legs are skinny as hell.
What are the joints that bring babies? The storks.
Oh God, yeah. His legs are skinny.
Got them stork legs.
Yeah, they're super skinny, but he can shoot though. Both of them can shoot. So I mean, I knew it was a great addition. The only thing I was worried about was guard defense, and there was no Steph, so I can't judge it. And then I think the game before they played the Pelicans, McCollum had a kind of a bad game, and Alvarado ain't really doing much for me offensively. So hopefully, I gotta look at the schedule just to see which good guard they're gonna play to kind of gauge the guard defense. But if you can get Schroeder to kind of just buy into playing just defense and not shooting open threes. Look, I know you're open, but fuck it. You can't shoot. Just dribble it in and try to rotate everything over again. Stop shooting threes. You ain't got it. You've been in the league for how many years? 9? It's over. Stop
he had a couple Steve Nash forays yesterday where you dribble all the way underneath the basketball, underneath the basket, then dribble back out.
It's genius. Okay. It's genius. He can't shoot.
But for real, though, I was this is some maturity for Dennis Schroeder because years ago he would have flung a wild scoop layup into contact, and now he just dribbles it back out and passes LeBron. I was
it's fucking genius.
That's maturation right there.
He shoots under 47% from 2, and he's 35 from 3, but it's only 3 attempts. Stop shooting. Pass it. Become Steve Nash. Just pass the fucking ball and play defense.
I'm sure that'll happen. You remember his pre-draft comp was Rajon Rondo.
And then Rondo replaced his ass, and they won a championship with the Lakers. Congratulations. Hey, Schroeder was great for them when he were doing that. He was just playing defense. He wasn't doing too much offensively. That was great. If I'm mistaken, he was on the team, right? Or am I stupid?
Yeah, no. He left after the
Did they win the chip without him? Hold on.
I think they
20.
Did they win
20? Nah. Okay, see, never mind. He was the next season.
I think
next season.
Yeah, he came the year after, and then he turned down $100 million from the Celtics.
Biggest mistake he ever made in his life. I can't even see him on the Celtics though. Like, I can't even believe they offered him that. But anyways, digressing. Lakers look way better. You know, like I said, want to see him versus a good guard to see how it goes. Schroeder, if you embrace the defense, this is a really good team. I'm not gonna say contender, but they're good though.
Are they making the playoffs? Not the play-in, the playoffs.
It's a tall task, bro. They gotta win. They have to go. I think I remember I said for them to get into the play-in, they had to go 14-11, I believe, which isn't inconceivable.
It's got to be better than that.
Well, since
it's got to be better,
like around the All-Star break.
Let me see here in the Western Conference right now. All right,
New Orleans is dropping.
They are from the play-in spot. They're 1.5 games back from the last play-in spot that the Warriors are in. For the 6th seed, which would be out of the play-in into the playoffs.
32-29 Mavs.
They're only 3.5 games back. Only 3.5 from the 6th seed. So
28-32. I don't know, bro. You believe in them like that? Health is the thing too, man. LeBron and AD.
I think they're gonna surpass the Timberwolves. If Zion doesn't play the rest of the year, they'll surpass the Pelicans. They'll leapfrog the Thunder. The Warriors, if Steph Curry doesn't come back, I'm starting to lose faith every single day with them.
So you
Jazz
think they
can't wait to tank to get Wembanyama. I think they could do it, man. I really do.
Hold on.
LeBron said, this is the most important 27-game stretch of his career?
22 games left. We're 60 games in. They got 22 games left.
Yeah. I think they can do it, man. I think they could do it.
I don't know, man.
Ugh. I mean,
I don't know,
that's the number is the 6th spot.
The number is how many?
You're not getting any higher than that. No way, because the Suns are 5 and they're adding Kevin Durant. So
yeah,
you could
that's tough.
Mark that off your calendar.
That's a legit squad. But I don't know, bro. 22 games. If LeBron gives me 20 games,
if they go 15-7, if they went 15-7,
I don't know if they're gonna do that. But if LeBron gives me 20 games, I'll say yeah. And if AD gives me 18 or 17, maybe. But
hold on, whoa, stop the presses right there.
Go ahead.
They both got to give me 22. No.
I don't know.
There's no 17, 18, 20. No, 22.
I don't think it's possible.
From both of you.
I don't think it's possible.
Well, then y'all not making the playoffs. How about that? It's that simple. You guys got to play every game the rest of the season.
They're going to make the play-in. Like, it's inconceivable that they're not going to make the play-in. Because OKC's they're not really trying to win like
that. It's not inconceivable, bro. They're in 13th fucking place right now.
Yeah, but
Blazers
the teams
are above them. They just got shellacked by the Thunder on when they broke the scoring.
But that was pre-team, though. That was like before the guys were together. They still had Russell shooting 19 shots. I'm just saying, OKC doesn't give a fuck. The Jazz don't care. The Pelicans don't have Zion. And Ingram just got back. That's 3 teams. The Blazers aren't good. So that's 4 teams. And then what was the other team? The Timberwolves? Come on. We believe in the Tims? We believe in Rudy Gobert. He's playing the worst basketball of his career, bro.
Like I said,
and Towns has been out for a long time.
If you don't think this is a guaranteed top 3 seed in the West, you're high.
Secretly, I bet the under without saying anything to you, but no big deal. Hey, whatever. When the season's over, we can recap the whole shit. But that shit, horrible. Anyways, Lakers.
That was a big fat stinking L.
So if they give you all 22, they might. I could see them going against the Suns. Fuck you talking about? If both of them play all 22,
man, I would. That's a good team. That. I would love to see that. They
won the championship together. If they play all of the games healthy, they're a fucking championship team. But they're not going to play all 22.
They're not a championship. Did you just say the Lakers are a championship team? Did you just say that?
If LeBron and AD play every single game from here on out, yeah.
Wow.
He's getting 30 a game. If he gives you 30 a game for every game and AD's giving you 26, what's he getting, 25? I mean, come on, bro.
Fifth worst record in the entire NBA, and you
different
said they're
team.
A championship contender.
It's a way different squad.
Are they going to develop? Are they going to develop championship mindset and collective approach in 20 games? Are they going to know? Are they going to be able to nail the rotations in a fucking playoff fashion on a string in 20 games?
They got
Are they
shooting.
Going to know the
you got LeBron.
Where you stand in the locker room and figure out the hierarchy of their players in 20 games?
Where's LeBron for you? What hierarchy? We know what the hierarchy is. LeBron, AD, everybody else. Shoot threes.
Exactly. You don't know the hierarchy. LeBron,
that's
AD,
it.
Everybody else. Exactly. Shoot. That's my point.
You don't know the
hierarchy.
There's no big three anymore. It's just the two, and then everybody play your fucking role. Make these.
But they don't know who's going to start alongside him. They don't know who's going to finish alongside him. They don't know who's going to generate bench offense. They don't know where Rui's going to fit.
Shoot threes. Mo Bamba.
Listen, they got a lot of shit to figure out.
Hey, like you said, if they play every single game, championship contender.
No, play-in contender.
If they play every game, the play is not. That's a shoo-in.
Listen, they got to play every game to make the play-in, Terry. All right, that's what I was saying. If they
20 games,
if they don't play 20 games, they're not even making the play-in.
How about this?
Much less a championship contender. I'm a continuity guy. I'm a things develop over time. I won't even pick the fucking Suns to win the shit who added Kevin Durant because they don't have continuity. You think I'm going to pick the goddamn Lakers?
The easiest superstar to play with, Kevin Durant? I mean, he's a top 5 easiest teammate to ever play with. Superstar-wise?
You're coming in mid-season. You're not a championship contender.
Shit. Hey, all I'll say is this. How about this? I will guarantee you this. If LeBron doesn't make an 8th seed or higher, I will never have a LeBron Jordan argument ever again. Doesn't even matter his age. Barring any
clipping it.
Yeah,
clipping
go ahead.
it.
Go ahead. Any injury, barring injury, if he plays a majority of the games, not majority, if he plays 90% of the games and they are in an 8th seed or above, I'll never say LeBron's better than Jordan ever again in my life. I'll never say it again. It'll be done for me.
Fair enough. I'll end with saying this. I'm just really happy that we got to have this season from LeBron and have this moment because I was legitimately concerned when Solomon Hill dove headfirst into his kneecaps that he would never be the same guy again after that.
You said it.
Yeah, I was really afraid, man. And he proved me wrong. And he didn't look the best last season at times, but he took a long summer off. You know what I mean? Didn't have to worry about the playoffs or anything like that. And he came back rejuvenated and proved everyone wrong. And I'm just so happy to see it, that we can continue to see LeBron at the peak of his powers instead of, being a shell of yourself because some fucking 11th guy on the bench dove headfirst into your fucking ACL.
No, that's facts. Because they made the playoffs last year, right? No. Or no, that was the year before. They missed the playoffs last year, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He had the whole summer to chill and get his body right and recover.
2021. Yeah, I mean, last time he missed the playoffs, they won the chip. Just saying. Hey, I'm just saying. I mean, he got 4 months off in between, but he won the chip. AD's the one who needs days off. It's not LeBron. AD needs fucking years off, and then he'll be back rejuvenated.
If there's one person I know who doesn't need days off, it's James Harden. And even though him and Joel Embiid were able to complete the comeback last night against the Grizzlies.
Nah. Say what you said before we got on here. Pre-wax. Tobias Harris did win a game. Him and Maxey, they won a game. Maxey had 10 straight points that were not fast breaks that he just turned into fast breaks by being faster than 3 people who were ahead of him. He's getting to the fucking rim. Bro,
defensively, and then Tobias Harris hit 4 corner threes in the last quarter of the game.
Defensively, though, this guy, Maxey, bro, I can see why he comes off the bench now. Because let me tell you something. You watched the game, right? You watched the whole game? Ja Morant was playing absolute shit, right? First half, I think he had 4 points, maybe 5. I don't even think he made a bucket. As soon as Maxey guarded him in the third quarter, fucking 10 straight points, easy. Floater, pass to fucking wherever that tall Spaniard is for
with the same move every single time. Yeah, right to left crossover, jab in the middle of the crossover, get right to the lane and shoot a floater. He did it like 8 times in a row.
Maxey. Because Tobias Harris can't guard him. James Harden can't guard him either. Maxey, you're quick. You have to be able to guard people, bro. You have to. You have to be the dude, man. You got to do both. Otherwise, you're not going to be on the court. It's a separation from being Lou Will or a fucking bona fide stud. You gotta be a starter, man. I can't be having you be Lou Will 6th man of the year every fucking year. You gotta be a starter, dude, or they're not gonna win a chip. Straight up. If you can't play defense, Philly is not gonna win. Because I'm supposed to believe in their defense with Harden, Tobias Harris, even though the stats are like, they're one of the best fucking defending teams in the league, blah, blah, blah. They're not gonna win if you can't stop anybody. Joel Embiid can't do it by himself.
Shit, you could drop my phone. Yeah,
Philly scaring you, and they got rid of Matisse Thybulle, which is weird. Yeah. But
they didn't have Melton last night. He's probably their best perimeter.
He played good defense. They can't do the Ben Simmons shit though.
The problem with them is like I don't understand. It's like everyone on their team is built to switch, but Joel Embiid. That's the thing that confuses me for their playoff defense type of stuff. It's like PJ Tucker,
a lot of drop coverage,
switch defender. James Harden, switch defender on the bigger guys defending in the post. Tobias Harris, switch defender on the bigger guys in the post. D'Anthony Melton, rangy wing who can guard multiple positions. Like everyone on the team is built to switch, but Joel Embiid, who wants to sit back and play drop coverage. So
I mean, he can't. He's
drop coverage works just fine in the regular season. I think we've all seen that shit doesn't work in the playoffs.
It's going to work
for at least.
So. It'll work for Memphis, but they got to go through the East. Like Ja can't shoot, and he's going to be the guy who has the ball. And Ja, by the way, is I think he's the worst star in clutch time. His fucking field goal percentage is 39%, which is absolute trash. Every other star is way better than him.
13th.
Hey, my man in college draining fucking 40-footers, but all of a sudden now he's in the NBA. He can't shoot a 3. I'm out. You got to be able to shoot, man.
Bane, he's like, listen.
He was missing too.
He had like 19 in the first quarter. He finished with like 23 for the game.
He was missing threes. That was their only problem at the end. No one could shoot at all. But the Sixers, you're not going to play Memphis in the finals, guys.
You saw the block though, right? You saw the block. It
was beautiful. But that's all Ja can do. Floaters and dunks. Can't shoot.
Hey, what did he say last week though? Jump with me if you want to get put on a poster. And Embiid gobbled that shit right the fuck up.
That was a poster.
He said, "I'll put you on a poster, Ja." How about that?
Look, Tucker was under him. He fucked up the jump, but he was up there. Embiid blocked the shit out of that. What do you think about the Sixers' actual championship
aspirations?
Conversations, aspirations, whatever you want to say.
It's all about that defense, man. Like I said, it's like I don't know what style you're going to play in the playoffs. Also, can Joel Embiid stay healthy in the playoffs?
That's the huge question.
Watching the game last night, he fell on the ground about 11 times.
That's what he does. That's Joel for us.
If you do that, if you fall 11 times a game, you're going to get fucking hurt. Like, I don't know what to tell you, dude. So I think they're a great collection of talent. I think they're poorly coached. I don't think they're going to figure out defensively what their identity is. And I'm not confident that Joel Embiid is going to be healthy through 4 rounns. So I'm not picking the Sixers this year. It's not.
I picked him as
fired after this season. He'll be fired after this year.
Just because Joel Embiid played 70% of the games?
No, because
that's tough.
His teams always choke big leads and can't get out of the second round. And
that's not hired
here. Listen, man, they traded a first-round pick to bring him in. Like he was a goddamn player. Like we're not expecting mediocrity, dude. You're a championship winning coach.
I don't think it's him. You
don't think it's him? He plays fucking all bench lineups in the playoffs. What are you talking about?
No. The main thing for me is they haven't been able to get actual two-way players on the perimeter. Like Seth Curry, one way. Maxey, one way. Harden, one way for the most part. Ben Simmons, one way, defensive. They haven't been able to get someone who can play offense and defense. Every time at the end of the game, which why the Hawks fucking walked them down with 20-point leads, they got to sub offense and defense. Matisse Thybulle, same shit, one way. They got to get somebody who can do both things. It's every guard person or wing that they've had can only do one thing. Tobias is kind of two-way, but nah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the problem. Doc does do dumbass rotations. Like we've always
that's
said.
why they traded Thybulle for McDaniels. Because they're like, McDaniels can actually shoot corner threes.
And he can get some boards.
And that's why they made the trade for DeAnthony Melton to get him from the Grizzlies. You know
those dudes are straight. But do you trust them offensively? I don't trust them offensively. That's the problem. PJ Tucker,
they're going to be like catching and shooting. It's not like
they better splash them.
Yeah,
and that's the thing.
It's not like we're going to see them give the ball to Jalen McDaniels and DeAnthony Melton and be like, "Go run 17 pick and rolls in the fourth quarter of this game 7." Like,
that's the thing people forget, though. The stars they're always going to do what they do, and of course, some of them are better, some of them are worse. It is what it is. But sometimes at the end of the game, I'm gonna kick it out to you, and you're going to have a wide open three. Tobias Ferris, he hit those threes at the end, but he airballed a three with 3 minutes to go, and I was like, oh. I don't know.
Did he make the next one to put him up?
He splashed it. He splashed two, but I'm just saying those are the ones, though. Those are the shots. I mean, he kept the game close. If he would have hit that, then they would have been up by 6. Then we're not even talking about a close game. The dude's got to make the threes. Bane was cold. All the other guys, they couldn't do shit. Tobias actually stepped up. But at the end of the day, I'm telling you what I just said. They don't got no two-way guys. Like you said, now they got those dudes. I don't trust McDaniels and fucking Melton to hit threes. Maybe Melton a little bit, but not 100%. And Embiid won't be healthy either. I don't know.
That's why I'm not picking the Sixers in the playoffs, man. That's why I'm not.
Yeah. I guess Embiid will never win a chip, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to say that.
I won't say that. Chip. What is it? Is he going to be healthy? He's never going to be healthy.
Listen, man, I can't even say that Embiid will spend his whole career in Philadelphia. So it's like I have no idea. He could easily go and be a second banana somewhere or something, and like him and Dame join up together, and he wins a chip in Portland or something. Like I'm not going to. He's good enough to win a championship. He's good enough. If he stays healthy, he's good enough.
Yeah. Who's the perfect fit for the Sixers, wing wise? Like, can we flip Tobias and get somebody who would be your?
Can we get Shane Battier from 2003?
Nah, like that's what I'm saying. Is there a legitimate trade or acquisition free agency wise? Like we love Daniel House. Fuck's he at? Is he dead? Is he hurt? Did he tear his ACL? Like where is he at? Huh? PJ Tucker.
Daniel House. I hope you didn't buy a house in Philly. I hope you were renting, sir.
Where is he, by the way? I'm actually about to look him up.
He hasn't been doing shit. He hasn't been playing, man.
Yeah, I mean, like, come on, bro. It's not. Look, Doc. Like I said, Doc be fucking up, but give me a two-way player, bro. Can I get one? Like I said, though, can you answer the question, Tobias? Can we flip him for who? Who'd be perfect?
OG Anunoby.
That would be perfect. If they can sneak that, that'd be lovely. But I don't know. They need something. I mean, they traded away Redick. First of all, that was the dumbest thing for me. That shit was stupid. This dude was shooting 43% from the three. Then they traded him for like 3 guys that couldn't shoot and fucking Richardson. And I'm like, yo, you guys trying to win, or you got like surround Embiid with 4 guys that can shoot threes and let him cook, kick it out, splash zone. But no, you just want to have no shooting and Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
That Ben Simmons shit.
They're me. Like, you know who we should keep around though? Ersan Ilyasova.
He shot okay. Daniel House, 14 minutes a game. He played 37 games.
How about those Grizzlies though, man? Ja doubled down after the Kevin Durant trade. He said he's still good on the West. He said they still the team to get through. How many games in a row have they lost at home or on the road?
I don't know. Is it a lot? How bad is it?
Fucking 13, 14 games in a row?
How bad is their away record? Let me check that.
Next, we got the Dutch. Now, this is
what the hell is that?
I don't know. I tried to pull up the schedule, and this guy just started yelling at me about fucking baseball.
Shit, my bad. Oh, we looked at this before. Yeah, they're 11-18 away from home.
Yeesh, dude.
That's why they need to keep that.
They were up 15. The Sixers in this game, they led the entire game for less than 30 seconds of fucking game time.
Yeah,
less than 30 seconds. This was an all-time choke job for Memphis. Like
it's Ja, bro. He's not clutch. I don't know why I didn't see it before. Bro ain't clutch. When the fourth came, I was like, all right, Ja, we need you. Everybody's looking at you.
Here we go.
Well, you know, the whole game, everybody else is hitting shots. Ja gets hot third quarter. Yeah, Max is guarding him. Okay. All right, Ja. I need you to get 5 points here. 0 ball. I don't know how much he scored in the fourth, but whatever he did score, garbage. It was absolute non-effective at all. My man.
And it was wild, too. It was like, it was very Russell Westbrooky in how it looked visually. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm gonna pull up the clutch stats one more time, and I think I might be agreeing with you by the end of this
season. I'm gonna make you a convert. I'm gonna make you a convert.
Playoffs might change my mind because he played really well in the playoffs last year. I'm not gonna fake. Like, of course they lost to who the fuck did they lose to? Suns? No,
the Warriors. They got their ass.
They lost to Warriors.
And
yeah, I mean, Steph is a fucking monster. Like, Ja's not on Steph's level, but when I looked at this shit, I was just absolutely shocked. I mean, my man Ja, when I type in clutch stats on NBA.com, he's not even on the fucking list of top 40 people.
You type in Ja Morant clutch stats and Google says, did you mean De'Aaron Fox clutch stats?
Yeah, shit. After last night's game, he's not even in the top 40. He ruined himself. Yeah, because he was in the top 40. He's gone now. He's absolutely gone now. Not even on there. Hilarious.
Hey, not good on the West, man. Sorry. I tell you what, though, the Hawks, they're making some moves to try to be good on the East. You know, they have a very talented roster. They traded 4 first-round picks to get DeJounte Murray, and somehow they've been worse on offense and on defense than they were last season. All this culminated in the firing of Nate McMillan after All-Star Weekend. According to reports by The Athletic and other people on ESPN and for NBA.com, Nate McMillan had asked to be let go several times already this season. And the Hawks ownership kept saying, no, you're going to stick it out. You're under contract. He tried to leave multiple times this season to just stop coaching. He's like, I'm done. Like, I don't want to coach this team anymore. Please. We finally acquiesce and get rid of him after the All-Star break. Now it's like they're in talks with Quin Snyder, you know, for the next contract. We saw it reported they had interest in Nate Atkinson and Ime Udoka as well. But Terry, how would you define Nate McMillan's tenure with the Atlanta Hawks? How are you going to remember his time?
I'm not going to remember him at all. If I actually think about his
that's tenure, the most Atlanta Hawks shit ever.
If I'm going to think about Nate McMillan's tenure in Atlanta, it's up for debate if it's his fault or the players. Who am I supposed to blame? You know, like, of course, if you deep dive and all the fans, of course, want to blame him for not kind of changing how certain players do certain things so the team can play better. Yeah. But were a lot of your role players hurt? Yeah. Did you sign big contracts for guys you thought were going to play a lot of games and they didn't play much? Yeah. He's not a great coach, but the situation around him wasn't too great either. So it's tough for me to say, is it his fault? Maybe 20%. But remembering his tenure, mediocre. If I pick one word.
Right
mediocre.
In line with the rest of his career.
Underachieving.
Exactly. Underachieving. Yeah. You know, I was like the only voice in the room when we were beating the Sixers and when we beat the Knicks, who I was like, Nate McMillan isn't a good coach and we shouldn't re-sign him, even after going to the Eastern Conference Finals. Yeah. I was like,
you're a true Hawks fan. You're a true Hawks fan. Hawks fan. We're talking to a Hawks fan since '95 right here. This guy.
Yeah.
So give me what's
first
going
game
on?
Was in the Georgia Dome. You know what I mean?
So what's going on for you? How you feel?
These motherfuckers flame me online. They're like, how could you not bring back? We haven't been to the Eastern Conference Finals. Last time we were there, we got swept. We were actually up against Giannis. Nate McMillan changed everything. They went on a 25-11 run to end the season.
Yeah.
We made no adjustments as Joel Embiid killed our whole team. We just got lucky that Ben Simmons forgot how to play basketball and the Monstars swooped down in Game 4 and stole the talents of the 76ers away from them. Like, the offense is archaic. It's your turn, my turn. The defense scheme there's a lack of clarity. The rotation pattern of like the subs and the staggering, the inability to develop young players and give them chances after they've earned their minutes. AJ Griffin is still losing minutes until fucking Justin Holiday, until we have to trade Justin Holiday. So you stop playing him. Like, it's a multitude of things, but the biggest problems is an antiquated, archaic offense that prioritize mid-range jumpers on a team full of guys who are three-point shooters and above-the-rim dunkers. And then not being able to succeed in a modern era of player empowerment where it's like you can't just be a drill sergeant and be like, do what I say when I say it and expect everyone to do it. Like, you have to develop relationships and trust, and there's a give and take, and there's mentorship and guidance, and he failed in that aspect as well. And John Collins and DeAndre Hunter talked about as much after he got fired, saying, like, we need a coach that's going to teach more. We need a coach that's going to communicate more. Like, at the end of the day, that major pain shit, that works in college, dude. That doesn't work at 2023 when you have a player on your team who's on a fucking super max deal. And if you're going to clash heads with the superstar and say, either you do what I say and stop your treatment on your shoulder right now, or you're not playing in the game tonight, there's only one way that's going to go when it's coach against star player in 2023. And Nate McMillan found out which way that was this week.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's big facts, man. You know, no lies were told. The only thing I'd like to say is I was completely right on this situation. Like, of course, we love DeJounte Murray and we love Trae Young, but they both get 10 assists. You guys average 24 as a team. That means you're just doing DeJounte pick and roll, pass it. Trae, pick and roll, pass it. Everybody else ain't doing shit. There's no team basketball. It's, like you said, archaic, dinosaur, Jurassic Park. Welcome to fucking Costa Rica. The shit's garbage. I don't know what to tell you. You guys, I know
bottom
Trae can't
three
play.
in the NBA in passes. Not assists, just passes. Just passes. Bottom three in passes.
Exactly. It's not fucking 2K, bro. Like, you can't just run a pick and roll all game. You have to do other shit, man. Your sets are predictable as fuck. I can't watch Hawks games. Sometimes I'll watch a game and you guys run the same set 3 times in a row. And I'm like, but it didn't work the first 2 times. You're running it again? Oh, okay, cool. AJ's not playing. I'm like, am I watching Tom Thibodeau? Like, Tom Thibodeau, he's the guy who doesn't like the youth. You get, like, I feel like you guys drafted well, but you just didn't play your talent. Like, I don't know what to say. I don't know.
Also,
I really don't know what to say.
The problem with the Hawks too, like, beyond all the ownership stuff and the Suns or the owner's son taking over,
a lot of front office bullshit.
Yeah, covered there. But the other problem is they had like the anti-Knicks, like their model was the exact opposite of the Knicks. You remember how the Knicks, they're like, we haven't signed a draft pick to a second contract in 20 years. Yeah. They're like, cool, we're going to give John Collins, Trae Young, DeAndre Hunter, everyone who we ever drafted $100 million.
No, that's facts.
Kevin Huerter, we gave him $60 million before we traded him. Like, we're like, we'll just re-up the whole core on maxes. Like, we got to the conference finals. These guys are 22. We're going to win a bunch of chips. They're all going to get better. And it's like, no, Josh Collins actually got his fucking finger caught in a one of those machines that turns trees into mulch, and now he fucking can't shoot for the rest of his life. DeAndre Hunter had a 17-game stretch in his career 2 years ago that bamboozled them into giving him $100 million. Yeah, and now, like, we're really going to need a good coach to save this roster.
You've been trying to trade John Collins for 4 years.
Oh yeah, for 4 years, and we can't fucking do it. I want Quin Snyder, man. I tweeted out in October that I wanted Quin Snyder to bring him back to the Hawks. Yeah. I think he's the man for the job. He's a pick and roll savant. He holds his players accountable. We saw the success that they had in Utah with the 2-guard lineup in Mitchell and Mike Conley.
Mike Conley, yeah.
And I'll say this. This Hawks roster is better than any Utah roster that he ever had. Yeah. Like, if you look at them side by side, this Hawks roster is better. And he had those motherfuckers as number 1 seeds.
Yeah, he had them as a good team. And I'll say this. For, a roster that seems to be, I'd say, not at on the same page, guys that seem to not like each other. What happened in Utah? Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell, they fucking hated each other. And look at the Jazz, 1 seed, 2 seed, 4 seed, 5 seed, 6 seed at worst. Quin, he might be able to bring you guys together. You know, if you don't want to be together, fuck it. We're still going to win 50-something games. All right? It's time to play ball. All the kiddies to the side. It's time to hoop. I think he's a good guy. I don't know if he wants to touch the main problem over there. And you know what it is. Who are we blaming? Fuck Trae Young. Fuck Trae Young. Now I can sing it at the top of my lungs. And it's not versus the Knicks either. What's going on with your boy? Do you blame Trae Young, your leader, for this situation that's going down in Atlanta? Underachieving hardcore, bro. If you go to the Eastern Conference Finals, you can't fucking...
He's got to have a slice of the blame pie.
Accountability, bro.
I don't know how big of a slice that is, but it's got to be a pretty big slice, I think. Like, this is going to be... Joe Prunty is going to be his 3rd head coach. By the time Quin Snyder will get here, that'll be his 4th head coach. You've been in the league 5 years.
Yeah.
You've not shown a willingness to improve or adapt your game, and have like had a stubbornness that's like reminiscent somewhat of Ben Simmons and Russell Westbrook, and also somewhat of like Kyrie Irving. That's like, I know the best way, and we're going to do it my way, and you guys, all the critics are just critics. And let the true artists just be artists, because we're the only ones who understand what's truly happening on the basketball court. Mm-hmm. It's like, no, anybody with eyeballs could see when you give the ball up to DeJounte Murray and then you stand in the corner with your hands on your knees for 17 seconds, that's not contributing anything to your team.
Hey,
when
hands on your
you
knees.
Get an ultimatum by your coach and you decide not to show up to the arena, not to not play in the game, but I'm not even going to go to the arena when my teammates are there in street clothes. That's bad leadership. That's on you.
Yeah.
When you can't get along with John Collins, the nicest, most humble dude in the NBA, fucking military brat who's lived in 8 countries, who keeps himself super accountable, who's considerate and communicative. When you can't get along with John Collins, like,
how long has he not gotten along with him though? For how long?
I think that I think John Collins is just sick of his ass. Like, he looks at him like a younger brother who's immature, and he like doesn't listen. And
I mean, but if I'm Trae Young, to be fair, I'd be kind of mad at you too if you fucking chopped your finger off fucking around with mulch and shit, shooting 26% from 3 now. That's just on me. That's just me. If you can't shoot the fucking ball anymore, I'd be a little mad. But I think it was before that. Anyways.
But at the end of the day, dude, if Trae Young is going to become a championship player, or the type of player who can be the best or second best player on a championship team, he's going to have to take accountability for, one, his lack of defensive effort and focus, which is piss poor and an abomination. Mm-hmm. And then 2, how he can affect and contribute without having the ball in his hands on offense. And until he figures out those 2 questions, he will not be a championship. Like, you won't win a championship with Trae Young if he continues down this path. He still is 23 years old. He's got plenty of time to improve. Historically, there are very few 23-year-olds who've ever done what he's done. But you expect young players to progress and to look in the mirror and to get better season after season. And this is part of it, dude. And so hopefully Quin Snyder can instill the sense of accountability and develop a relationship with him where he can actually have real conversations and let him know his expectations and set a standard for everybody in the franchise. So for me, I'm all the way in on Quin Snyder. He's my top pick. I keep checking my phone every 5 minutes to see if they got the contract details announced. And who knows, man? Like, after trading for Sadiq Bey, Clint Capella coming back from injury, John Collins is back, got the highest net rating of any starting 5 in the league. Hawks could make a sneaky little playoff push like they did a couple of years ago with a new coach at Quin Snyder.
You're in on Quinn, but are you in on Trae? You're still in on Trae, 100%.
I'm still in on
Trae.
Trae.
Came around. Are you looking?
We're not at the place where we're trading him yet. No, I'm not exploring trades yet. He's got more time to figure it out. Like, and there's the thing that the other people in Atlanta, it's like these fans upset me so much. They can't wait to get this guy fucking out of here and throw Trey out like the baby with the bathwater. We haven't had a player this good since Dominique Wilkins. My entire lifetime, we've never had a player as good as Trae Young, and we can't wait to get rid of him. How about we try to develop him? How about we try to improve him? How about we try to give him a sense of, like, accountability? Steph Curry wasn't a great defender when he was 23. He's pretty good now that he's 33.
He's decent, yeah. He's decent now. He's strong as shit now. You know, they changed his whole body up. And
that's another thing John Collins talked about, too. He was like, oh, actually, I want to get the whole fucking quote because it was a really good one.
Go ahead. But I'll say this. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It was along the lines of, it's like, we're not in high school and college anymore. Like, it isn't just about scoring points. You're expected to be a pro. And that's in all facets. He was talking about in the locker room. He was talking about on the court. And one of the things that he mentioned was in the weight room. And I felt like that was a shot at Trey, being like, you've been in the league 4 years and you still have the scrawny same frame that you did at Oklahoma.
Yeah. He weighs what? 164? I mean, I don't know, man. Like, you can compare him to younger Steph. You can compare him to Allen Iverson. But at the end of the day, if you're a bottom 5 defender, not even bottom, if you're just a really bad defender every single year, there's something. Bottom. Yeah, but there's something you have to do.
You missed it, Terry.
What? You said he's a bottom?
Yeah, I said he's just a bottom.
Oh God. No, I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying, like, if you're not going to be transcended offensively, then you got to switch up how you play. Something's got to change because you can't just continue to shoot. If you shoot as many threes as you are, too, you got to at least get me closer to 40%. You got to change. You have to. You have to fucking change because you're not going to win if you don't change. And look, like everybody said, you can't. Like if I'm in his situation, right? I made the Eastern Conference Finals. We're playing against the Bucks. I beat Joel Embiid. I think I'm better than him. There's nothing you can tell me. I made it to this far, you know, with a coach that's supposed to be bad and all these guys that y'all don't like. So his head is just too high up in the sky. But now somebody's got to be able to be on his level and be like, man, you're not it. Like the whole Luka and Trey shit, it started off Luka. Then Trey started catching up. Then we thought, oh, Trey might have surpassed him. Now that shit's not even a fucking conversation anymore. That shit's done. Luka's an MVP guy. You ain't, and you haven't been ever. You need to change the way you approach the game. Something's got to change. I'm blaming him for a lot of it. Not a lot of Nate shit. I'm blaming you in the front office because it's a problem.
I'll say this: if we can't make it work with Quin Snyder and Trey, then maybe there is years down the road you do have to look into moving things because it's like at that point 4 different coaches. You know, we got you a legit good head coach.
He's got to get bigger.
But
you have to play.
I have all the confidence in the world in Quin Snyder. I think he'll get these boys ready to go. And I can't say this enough. Coaching matters so much. It matters so much
in basketball.
And Nate McMillan was not a good coach, man. And just having the same roster with the same problems with a better coach, it'll be surprising how much better these guys look.
Oh, dude! Like, look. Let me just tell you this before you get to it. Every great that you want to call a top 10 or a top 20 guy has had a great coach. The only person you could probably say who didn't have a great coach was maybe LeBron. But Spoelstra's a still pretty good fucking coach. Ty Lue's a still really good coach.
Spoelstra is a great coach.
And what's his name? The dude the last Lakers coach, whoever that was. I forget his name. You know him. But like besides that, everybody has a great coach to win. Yeah, Vogel. Everybody has a great coach to win. So coaching matters in the NBA.
David Blatt.
No, we're talking chips, baby. We're talking championships. Every coach who won a chip, really good fucking coach. Nate McMillan, not the guy. Quin, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, could be. Quin. I found the John Collins quote. He said, ask how players grow into leaders. He said, being held accountable. And in all aspects, whether it's the organization to the players, the training staff, weight room. I feel like that's where it starts. It's holding people accountable to their job and expectations as men on this team. This is the NBA. We're not in college no more, not in high school. We're expected to come in here and be men and try to win basketball games. And then they asked a follow-up. is that a problem on this team? And he goes, yeah, I definitely feel like we could do a better job of that.
Johnny. Can't shoot threes anymore, but I like the talk, though. I like the talk. 24% from three. He's not. He's not. He only scores 13 points a game, John Collins.
Yeah, he also doesn't get any plays run for him. All 13 are like putbacks and fucking alley-oop dunks.
But he sucks now. He can't shoot. He can't post up either. Man. He's too small. 13 a game, 24 from three. That's bad. You gonna blame Trae Young for that?
Does he get a game? Like 7?
Hold on.
Like it's really ridiculous.
I don't know. Who cares?
This is the guy who averaged 20 and 10 who doesn't get a single play run for him all season long. Like
he doesn't get 20 and 10.
Stupid.
He doesn't get 20 and 10 anymore. That's 4 years ago.
Yeah.
4 years ago? That's 4 years ago, dude.
When he was like 21. It's not like he's 36 now. Like
he's cooked. No,
that's what happens. Hey, you score less points when people pass you the ball less, and you play on a team that's bottom 3 in passes, and you're the fifth option out of 5 starters. Like, of course you're going to average 13 points.
Nah, he's completely right. But the only thing I ask out of Trae is, can you at least be as a good of a defender as Dame Lillard? Can you at least give me that? Because if you keep doing what you're doing, you're not going to win. And, I mean, at this point, it's like, I might take Halliburton over Trae. I might take Malcolm Brogdon, who's a fucking 6-man over Trae. That's just me.
And to your point, Terry, when Halliburton was drafted, he specifically said, I won't go to the Atlanta Hawks. He refused to work out for them. Everything because they already had Trae Young. And he said, I do not want to play with Trae. As a college player.
Of course, he's smart. Halliburton's the smartest dude. He might be one of the smarter dudes in the league. He's smart as shit. He's an all-star in his second year, dude.
I actually think he would be wonderful next to Trae. I actually think he would be like the ideal fit. If we had just drafted him instead of Okongwu and not had to trade 4 picks for DeJounte Murray, that would have ended up
What do you think about the whole DeJounte thing? You can blame a lot of things for this situation as to why Nate got fired. You like DeJounte.
Everything that you are not seeing out of Trae, like publicly, even how the Nate McMillan hiring was handled or the firing. Like,
yeah.
He said, as soon as I saw Nate McMillan was fired, I immediately called him. We had a great conversation. That's someone I respect as a man, a father, and a basketball coach. He's a former player, and I respect what he did for the game. I feel bad because it's not just on Nate. I can look in the mirror, and I could be a part of that. I hold myself accountable. It's not just one guy to blame.
So who
think
you
of
keeping?
The difference of that messaging compared to Trae Young skipping out on both press conferences and then posting a picture of Steve Nash.
On his, he post a picture of Steve Nash?
Yeah, he wants Steve Nash to be the coach. Right after Nate McFired, he got posted a picture of Steve Nash.
I'm out. Trae Young is the worst basketball mind I've ever seen in my life. Steve Nash is the worst coach I've seen in a long fucking time. Trae, I'm done.
You know that was his favorite player growing up, right? Steve Nash.
I don't give a shit. Trae Young or DeJounte Murray. Hey, one of my favorite players was Michael Jordan growing up. I'm not sitting here saying he's a great owner or a great GM. I ain't never said that shit in my fucking life. Anyways, DeJounte or Trae, who you choosing? One's got to go.
Nah, we're not doing that. 4 months in, we're not doing
Tell
that.
me.
What? They've got to make it.
Answer the hypothetical.
Trae.
You'll never win a championship.
Yeah, we'll see. I like them.
You're never going to win. What are you talking about? We'll see.
It's a challenge for Quin Snyder to get these guys to coexist. But if they can, man, I'm bullish on the talent.
I mean, I think they're coexisting. I love when everyone says, the shit before. Ben Simmons and Embiid can't play together. They made the playoffs. Fucking Jaylen Brown and Tatum can't play together. They made the fucking Eastern Conference Finals together when y'all were saying the same shit. The fucking Sixers made it to the second round. They're good. They can coexist. You just need someone to make them better. Yeah. DeJounte and Trae so far.
They're coexisting like fucking Iron Man and Captain America. Like, okay, you go on this side of the city and fight, and I'll go on the south side of the city and fight. I got to have these motherfuckers coexisting like Ant-Man and Spider-Man, where they're throwing each other into battle and, I'll send you a web over here, and then I'll be big and throw you to the fucking moon. Like, you got to make each other better, not just divide and conquer.
You might be right on that. You might be right. 29-30. You're right. You're not coexisting. You're just in the same area. How about that?
Yeah.
You're neighbors. You guys are neighbors. DeJounte and Trae are just neighbors. They're not doing anything together. They're just like, hey, how's it going? Here's 20 and 10. See you later. That's it.
Well, now Barcelona and Deportivo La Coruña are neighbors since they're no longer in European competition after getting dumped out of the last 32 of the Europa League, Terry. Not even the last 16. No. Of the NIT equivalent, the secondary competition. They couldn't even make the last 17 of the fucking worst competition.
Barcelona, you just won La Liga, though, right?
My guys got dumped out by Manchester United. Frankie de Jong got outplayed by Fred. Ter Stegen got outplayed by David De Gea. Lewandowski looked like he forgot how to dribble a soccer ball. I'm speechless. I'm disconsolate. I didn't think this was going to happen. Man, I don't know what to say, man. It sucks right now.
I just think that, and answer this before I go on this little soliloquy. What do you want to win more, La Liga or Europa?
La Liga, for sure.
Exactly. The lineups that you put out on the field in your Europa League games show that you don't give a fuck about it. And every time you play in a La Liga game, the lineups are pretty much your top 12 to 14 guys every single time. There's no let me put this guy here. Let me try him out at this position, see if he works. They don't do that shit in La Liga. They do that shit in Europa because you don't want to win the shit. Just go out there and say, look, we don't want to win Europa. We just want to win La Liga. You're up 8 points on Real Madrid. If that's all you care about, that's cool. I just thought Barcelona wanted to be champions and everything. What are we fucking doing? Who just gives away a trophy by starting Sergio Roberto at left wing? Are we really doing that, bro? Sergi? That's what we're doing?
Listen, man, I didn't want to get here already, but let's just fucking do it.
You don't want trophies, bro.
Who is the number 10 who inherited the number from Messi right now at Barca?
Ansu Fati.
What position does he play?
Left wing. Striker. Right?
Why would we, in a must-win game against Manchester United, play a squad rotation guy who started as a center defensive midfielder, then moved to right back, has never played on the left at any point in his career or in the attacking third, and we start him, a journeyman out of position, over your 10, who's 20 years old, or 19 or something like that?
I'm telling you,
what does this say about the future of Ansu Fati at Barca? Because if I'm Barca, as seeing this as a fan, after seeing that, I'm like, you know what? Go ahead and fucking sell him then. Go ahead and sell him to Manchester United and let him go on to become a star. Because if you guys are going to have a guy who you could make $100 million off of sitting on your bench in favor of Sergio Roberto out of position, there's no point having him. If you're going to fucking treat him like that, then let him go. And let's balance our fucking books. But to give this 17-year-old kid the 10 for Messi so soon, to hype him up the way that they did, and then to not give him any latitude to make mistakes and to put a goddamn journeyman over him in the biggest opportunity where we needed him, it's unconscionable. And it's like, you know what? If that's how we're going to treat the kid, let's just fucking move on.
Is Pedri hurt?
Yeah, he got hurt in the first leg, hamstring. Gavi was suspended for the second leg.
I don't know. It just kind of looked like
Dembele was hurt. He didn't play either leg.
Yeah, it just
Lewandowski looks robotic and 45 years old.
He scored a goal though.
I saw this one. He was leading the line with his back to the goal at midfield, right? And defenders on his back. He's shielded. We play it in right to his feet. Terry, he dribbled the ball in a straight line all the way back to our 18-yard line from midfield.
Oh, man.
And then played Koundé at right back. He just shielded it and dribbled backwards for 20 seconds. And I was like, oh, he's cooked. He's cooked.
He scored a goal. Calm down. Look, all I'm saying is this.
Penalty. Come on.
Hey, goal.
It was almost saved. Coley got a full hand on it.
Hey, Ronaldo's got 900 career goals. He doesn't have 762 because he scored a lot of penalties. I'm just saying. They want to call him Pinaldo for a reason. Anyways.
Lewandowski's movement is still good, but his first touch is way worse than it was last year. His dribbling, he's forgotten how to dribble. If he's not playing a one-touch pass, he's losing this goddamn ball. So
I got you. I mean, look,
it's not what we expected from the hot start that he had, and paying $40 million from Bayern, and him supposedly was supposed to win the Ballon d'Or over Messi and all this other bullshit. He looks robotic and old. And Barca,
he's old.
They look like we won't see you in Europe until fucking August. So
they don't want to be
in La Liga against UD Las Palmas.
Hey, for the fans and for the players, I think it was a must-win. But for the front office and for Xavi, I think it was a culmination of we don't give a shit about the Europa. Winning this, it feels like it would have put a stain on them. Like, not playing Fati is crazy. Like, that whole lineup. I get you got injuries and shit. It just screamed to me like, we don't want to win this. We just want to win La Liga. Let's save it all. Don't give 100%. Let's just chill. Take me to La Liga. We'll win it up. Go to Champions League next year. They don't care. Man, they want every trophy they want. They want to get. The subs that came on, hungry as shit. Absolutely.
Change the game for Manchester United. We really outplayed them in the first half. Like, Barca, as usual, couldn't finish. Great chances. Didn't put them away in the first half. You know, Terry, I saw this article on The Athletic. Barcelona right now in all of Europe is second from every single team in Europe in expected goals per game.
Damn. Where are you at in goals?
Are we scoring anywhere near that number? No.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. It's unfortunate, but yeah. They just didn't want it as badly as like everybody else seemed to have wanted for them. Barcelona, I guess they just don't want that Europa stain on them. They don't want to win it. No big deal.
Here's the thing, man. I mean, you might want to win it when you're like over $1 billion in debt, and this shit will give you like $80 million. You know what I mean? You might want to do that.
They're singularly focused on one thing, and it's really stupid. If you win the Europa, you win money. If you win trophies, you win money. But nah, go ahead and win La Liga, guys. See where that gets you. That they keep talking about Super League.
The round of 16, you win money. If you make it to the round of 8,
every time you win.
You make it to the semifinal, you make money. Not only did we miss out on the prize money for winning the competition, we missed out on the money for progressing to the fucking next round every stage. Like, they lost a ton of money by losing to Manchester United. And you got to remember, they got dumped out of the group stage 2 years in a row in the Champions League. So they haven't got no goddamn money from that either.
They suck. That's why they keep talking about Super League. Anybody? Super League? We're still. I thought we were talking about Super League.
They better look out for the Super League, though, because here's a stat that'll knock your socks off, Terry. Out of their last 15 games in Europe against clubs from the top 5 leagues,
Super 5,
Barcelona have won 1 out of their last 15.
Is La Liga cupcake? They got 59 points and leading by 8 points over Madrid. Is La Liga cupcake now? Is La Liga the Farmers League now? FarmersOnly.com. Is that what we're doing? Huh? Farmers Bureau?
We talked about this before. That they're in fine. Like,
it's bad. And I'll say this. Don't remember Sergi Roberto for the remontada. You know, the last goal. Don't remember that. Remember him for this. Remember him for this game right here. Let's go ahead and start your left wing. Yeah. He's like, what?
Okay. And Sergi Roberto had a chance to put the game fully away, put us up 2-0. Wins the ball back on the PK spot, takes 4 touches instead of shoots, and then tries to play a pass across for a tap-in that gets blocked by Casemiro on the slide tackle. He was at the goddamn PK spot with no one in front of him. He takes 3 touches and doesn't shoot. I know what Ansu Fati's doing there. I know exactly what the fuck he's doing.
Scoring a goal. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think's going to go down, bro? Because it seems like you and Madrid.
Hear who's coming to save the day, Terry?
The Super League? There's not a player.
No. From the LA Galaxy coming to fix all of our problems.
Why do they want him so bad?
A right back.
Why do they want him so bad? That shit is so confusing to me. Like,
first of all, he didn't even play over Dest for America, and then he switches allegiance to Mexico. You think he's better than Dest at Barcelona? We'll see.
Your scouting department is 2 stars. I don't know, like you guys.
You got a problem at right back for 7 years. Let's bring in Savino. Let's bring in Sergi Roberto and make him a right back. Let's bring in the corpse of Dani Alves when he's 45 years old and being arrested for rape. Let's bring in Hector Bellerin after he hasn't played for Arsenal in 8 years. Let's bring in Julian Araujo from the MLS.
How much did he cost?
$3 million, something like that.
Yeah, I was about to say most of the guys you were getting were cheap. You guys must be really in depth.
Yeah, that's the only way
no money.
Be able to get motherfuckers.
I'm telling you right now. I am telling you right now. Whoever's getting the players, whoever the scouts are, all they do is get on FIFA, type in right backs, scroll down to 67s, and look at their potential. And they're like, oh, let's get this guy. Nobody knows about this fucking guy. Bing, got him $3 million. Bing, got him free. He used to be good. Bing, we're not spending money. They're broke. I'm surprised you guys are winning La Liga, to be honest with you. I'm just so surprised you guys are winning La Liga. I'm not even going to lie. Like, Madrid just beat the shit out of Liverpool. And I understand that they're really far down in the standings in Europe. I mean, in England. But Madrid, y'all beating Madrid right now. Like, how does that feel to be as bad as you were a couple years ago at the number one spot? I mean, I know you didn't play well in this game, but still, it's an accomplishment to be number one.
It feels nice. The team is actually playing attractive soccer. You know, they're pressing all over the field. There's a number of areas for improvement, you know, but I'm liking I'm liking how Xavi is pushing tactics forward. And like now when you watch Barcelona play, when they have the ball, they're in a 3-2-5. That's how they fucking play. A 3-2-5. Like, and I just love that. It's super aggressive. It's risk-taking. They counter-press the fuck out of you after they lose the ball. And it's in line with, like, how I grew up watching Barcelona, where it's like it's all about taking risks, doing the hard things, playing beautiful, and putting yourself in positions where you could get fucked.
Yeah, but the only difference is back then you had a good defense. Now, Xavi's like, look, guys, we suck with 8 in the back and we suck with 2 in the back. Doesn't matter. Let's go score as many goals as we can and try to win this game. If we lose the ball, get it back because we're bad.
We have the best defense in all of Europe in terms of, like, domestic competitions. Like, we've only given up, like, 10, 11 goals in all of
life. Yeah, you don't let anybody else have the ball. Every time you give it up, you're like, get it back, get it back, get it back right now. No. If they let us play defense, we're cooked. Get it right back immediately. I get it.
Hey, to your point, we allowed a top 5 rate in passes per defensive action. So teams against Barcelona only averaged 8 passes per possession.
Oh yeah, y'all are hounding the shit out of it. It does remind me of the old Barca, the way y'all hound the shit out of them. Like as soon as you lose the ball, you're like, no, we need that fucker right back. Because when you watch them, sometimes like when a team actually gets possession and they can slow it down. The gaps are kind of crazy. The passing gaps in between Barca's defensive lines and your midfield lines. I'm just
rotations are fucking terrible. Our discipline is awful.
Yeah, once you can kind of slow it down, I'm like, watch out. Yeah. There's a chance coming. I don't know if it's going to be a goal, but it's going to be a chance.
100%. And what really hurt us against Man U yesterday too was these are 2 counter-pressing teams. So it's like as soon as you lose the ball, they're committing a ton of resources in the next 5 seconds to winning it back quickly. And so what hurt us is being counter-pressed off of our counter-press. Like, we'd lose the ball, and then we'd work super hard to win it back within the next 5 seconds, and then we'd do it, and we'd start getting up the field. And while we're getting up the field, they'd counter-press us and win it right back. And now we have no wingers to support, and it's like a 4-on-3 going the other way. But you know, a lot of that is because we're playing fucking Frank Kessie in midfield and Sergio Roberto, and we don't have Pedri and Gavi back there who have the quality to like play through those tiny gaps. Also, Koundé had a shocker and was offensively terrible, gave away a lot of passes in bad places, and then was toasted the entire game on the right side. So
it is what it is, man.
It is what it is, but let's get out of here with this. The final question, man. Like a month ago, no, I won't even say that. Like at the beginning of the season, it came out like Ansu Fati has $1 billion release clause. And then in the January window, they're like, Manchester United bid $100 million for Fati, and we turned him down.
Mm-hmm.
After seeing that game, would you sell Ansu Fati?
Nah, you're not playing him. Like I said before in multiple occasions, you can't, like, people aren't Messi. People aren't Ronaldo. People aren't Ronaldinho. Like, you can't just expect somebody to be 100% all the time. Like, certain players not certain. I would say 95% of every soccer player in the world needs to get game time action to be good. They can't just come off the bench and be a fucking super sub. That's a special skill. Fati is a special player, but he can't just be great at all times. He looks like he needs to get playing time to be good. So I'm not going to sit here and say, like, you should just get rid of him just because you don't want to play him and he came on and play super well. Just play the motherfucker.
Apparently, that's not an option. Terry will play Sergio Roberto over him out of position. Like,
guess not. I don't know. I guess are they scared of injury again? Because Dembele, you don't care about that.
He's lost his confidence and he's lost his form.
Because they're not 2 years since
the bad injury, and they don't play him exactly. And
just
it's like,
put him on the field. Give him a chance. You're up 8 points. What's your next game? A La Liga Farmers League game? Who's next? Almeria. Play Fati the whole game.
Yeah.
Play him the whole game. Come on, bro.
I'm with you. I'm with you, man. But it's like, if you're not going to do that, you need to actually sell him. Because if you're $1 billion in debt and you can get $150 million for this kid who you're not playing, then you need to do that. Like, either he's good and we need to develop him and make him part of the future and give him minutes.
Sell him for a record
or
rate.
we need to sell him for $100 million and fucking like balance our books.
Get some shit back. Honestly,
but this in between Warriors road of taking in between two separate paths, that shit ain't fucking working.
Yeah. What do you think? You're the fan. I'm not the fan.
I'd sell him.
I think that's actually smart. I've done it before on FIFA. I don't like doing it, but every now and then I'm looking at the books and I'm like, shit.
Dude, I love Fati so much, but it's like
he was really good.
He's really lost so much confidence that I'm afraid he's going to turn into Bojan 2.0. And it's
Ben
like,
Simmons?
you might as well cash out before that happens.
Do you think Bojan was as good as Fati that young?
Yeah,
he was good.
I mean, he was starting over Ibrahimovic, and we won the league with him starting.
I mean,
Ibra, 18-year-old, like,
yeah, but Ibra just didn't fit. You know, that's a different circumstance. Like in this circumstance, Fati was starting over like Depay. Dembele was coming back. They were still choosing him. I mean,
yeah,
it was a bunch of guys. Pedri was still kind of nice. Gavi, they're like, hey man, I like Fati, and now can't do shit. We watched them in some Spain friendlies. Absolutely dominated.
Dude, Fati was like the crown jewel of everything. And it's like now no one would rate him ahead of Pedri. No one would rate him ahead of Gavi. Most people wouldn't rate him ahead of Balde. Like
the left back, yeah. I don't know. I just don't want this to be a situation, and it's not many situations in which you give somebody away, like Chelsea. You know, they give away a lot of motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah. You don't want it to be a De Bruyne or Mohamed Salah situation.
Nah. Like, I don't know if I want that. If you do sell them, don't go Madrid. Don't do it. Don't be dirty and be like, Madrid offered us $250. Fuck it. Here you go. And he comes out and scores 15 goals on y'all every time he sees you. He's like, I'm going for the goal, nothing else. I don't know, man. Send him to England. Send him somewhere where you won't see him a lot. That's all I'm hoping for. I don't want him to
do something sneaky where it's like send him on like.
If you send him to Atletico, he won't do anything. So I'm down for that.
They used to do these like buyback clauses where it's
I'll
sell you to Napoli, but there's a clause where I can buy you back for 50% of your market value if I'm moving in the next 2 years or something.
If they can get away with it, do it. As good as they're seeming to be with money, I don't see why they couldn't do it. I'd do something like this. I'll sell you to anybody. I'll buy you back at 75% if you score more than 20 goals. If he scores 20 goals, he's coming back to Barca next season.
Guess what? If he scores 20 goals next season, you're not getting it back for 75% of what they sold it for after he scored 4.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you put it in the clause, there's nothing you can do about it. We're getting it back.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
They're good at business.
Ultimately, it's probably best to try to like loan him, like, you know what I mean?
Maybe,
Send him
sometimes
off for
it works, sometimes it doesn't.
to fucking Atalanta or something like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, shit. If Serie A is going to be Farmers League, if fucking the French League is going to be Farmers League, if La Liga is going to be the Farmers League, in Germany, we already know it's 3 or 4 team race at all times. England, that's it. Like that's the only league that we're gonna watch.
Leeds about to go down, bro. But I tell you about all these American eggs in one relegation basket. It's not looking good.
It's like they wanted it to happen, though. They fired the coach as soon as they got one of the better players. That's stupid. Whatever. We're not. You want to talk Lamar Jackson?
they couldn't wait to fucking pin the shit on America and be like, oh, that's what happens when you sign 4 America guys. You get demoted to the Coca-Cola championship.
Yeah, like it's tricky though, because if they do go down, a lot of people are spending cash, dude. Like when you go down, it's tough to get that amount of money back and buy players again. Like, so you got to, the Rafinha sell was absolutely ridiculous. Like, come on. Like you could tell that dude was a fucking monster. If you didn't sell him for $200 million, you shouldn't have sold him. That shit was stupid. He's a fucking beast.
Hey, that's the more Barcelona nonsense behind the scenes with Deco being his agent and being like, I know Chelsea wants to pay twice as much for him, but he's actually going to go to Barcelona for half.
Man, I swear, dude. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, it's going to keep happening. Like, y'all are going to keep sneaking people. But at the end of the day, you know, if you need a left winger, I wouldn't be surprised if you guys sneak Mo Salah at the end of his contract. Some stupid shit like, hey, Mo, I heard you having some problems over there. We're greedy pigs just getting them for $20 million off of fucking Liverpool's hand. Hey, you having a bad season? We're number 1 in La Liga, baby. Come on. I don't know, man.
I actually don't hate it. You know, the first thing I think when I think of Mohamed Salah is tiki-taka.
What about Adama Traore? So we out.
Yeah, that's a wrap. Oh, actually, one last final question, Terry. You saw that Barcelona is being investigated right now for paying like $2 million to the referees commission.
Oh, that's right. Years. I forgot about that. Yeah. I mean, whatever. Everybody cheats.
I was about to say, it's like, whose punishment is going to be worse, your team or my team's?
What do you mean? Nothing to see here.
Hey, I don't know what it is about these Barcelona boys. It's like we went overseas to England and started fucking it up too.
I don't understand why City needed to cheat, but the Barca thing is, I mean, shit seems to be
First of all, they should have got their money back. They're last in the league right now in PKs. They have 1 PK all season. Real Madrid's had 11. Over the last 10 years, we've had 75 less PKs called for us than Real Madrid have.
Well, Madrid's got more money.
$2 million a fucking season, the referees. We need to get that refunded or reimbursed or something.
Madrid's got more money. You know? I don't know what to tell you.
How much are they paying? Like $10 million?
Of course. They'll do anything to win. Well, riddle me this. How it's looking now? If you are a player, would you go to Real Madrid or Barcelona? Or would you play for City or like Liverpool or something? I'm not going to say Arsenal. They're up and coming. Liverpool's been good for a while.
I mean,
where are you going? Which one is more hollow ground? You're not a Spanish-speaking person. You're just you're a neutral guy.
I'm a neutral guy. What position do I play? How good am
Center mid. Center mid. You're good. You're an absolute monster. Who has more clout? Who has more clout?
If I'm a center midfielder who's good, I'm going to Barcelona. No doubt about it.
Do the 2 Spanish teams have more clout than all the other teams in the world? I don't think anybody has like more fans and like actual worldwide.
Oh yeah. No, you're right.
Madrid
that's
and
indisputable. Yeah, that's indisputable. Yeah.
Like City's big now.
In terms of nostalgia too, like you got to remember, a lot of the best players in the world, they're not fucking English. They speak Spanish. They're from Uruguay and Argentina and from Spain and like, you know what I mean?
Messi, Ronaldo,
these guys are Barcelona and Real Madrid fans. They're not Chelsea fans in Uruguay.
Nah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it doesn't even matter if we went through a down period. Rafinha is like, oh yeah, I grew up watching Barcelona. That's where I'm going. Fuck Chelsea. Like,
yeah, it's tough, man. I mean, Chelsea's been good for a while.
If I'm an outside back, I wouldn't go to City. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, man. I don't know. We out. Lamar, hope you get your contract. Benemy.
Oh yeah, I forgot that. He's going to the Falcons.
It's fine. We'll talk about it later. We're already an hour and a half in.
He's going to us.
We'll do Lamar next week. We'll do Bienemy next week if we want to. We can do whatever the fuck we want because it's our show. Suck my dick. Oh, also, one more thing before we get out of here.
Yep.
Remember that one video we were talking about who's going to be better, the Cavs or the Hawks?
Yeah.
It was the most comments we ever got on the video, right? Y'all were calling me goofy. Every single one of you on that video. Suck my dick. Jeremiah Gibbons, Mark Burley, Leonard Harper, Dizzy What Up, Jordan Roque, Sakif Buddha, Clark Fitzgerald, Drew, Big Man 256. Eat me. The Hawks are underachieving Bullshitters. Eat me.
Hey, we still have 22 games to change all that, Terry. We'll see what happens at the end of the season.
20 assists a game, like I said, bro. Get out of here. We out.
Hey,
I appreciate y'all for listening.
With these Quin Snyder Hawks rose-colored glasses on, I'd still pick them in the playoffs over the Cat.
Hey, appreciate y'all for listening, though. But I was right in the long run.
We'll catch you guys on Tuesday for Kicking It with the HLS pod. Until then, North Carolina, continue to stand up.
Thank you for listening to our podcast this evening. Thank you. You're far too kind.